All right, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us.
Always, man.
It's been great. Been wanting to speak with you for some time now. It's like every time you guys come through town, I'm there taking pictures, but the interviews just haven't lined up. But I think this is actually the first time that we've spoken.
That's good.
Actually, there may have been one other time, like a few years ago. I'm really interested in, it seems like, it might just be me, but how has the American audience changed over time for you? Has it grown? It seems to me that I see you guys more often than used
back
to
in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
It has grown, definitely, and we have a very strong base all over the country. But one thing has changed. That's not the American audience. It's more the fact that touring has become more important, and we can tour the U.S. like once a year nowadays, and there's still people that haven't seen us on the last tour, or people that missed us 2 tours ago, and it's always like, it's the 3rd tour for one album, and we used to do like 1 tour and then do another album in the 80s, 90s, and that has changed. Nowadays it's more like you're constantly touring, and the US to us is a great place to tour.
Yeah, right. Now it's become increasingly difficult to sell albums these days, but do you feel that that has also followed suit with drawing people to a...
We don't have a problem. We still sell a lot of albums because our fans are really like old school, and they want to have the product. The physical product.
No, I agree.
And so for metal, it's not as bad as for pop.
Right.
And of course we're not a multi-million act, but that we've never been there. And I think this music is not for everyone. It's not it's not for the mainstream. So we're doing great. For us, this is like the best time that we've ever had with Kreator. The last since 2001, it's been a great ride, and we had. We're more. I could say that our music, our audience is bigger than in the 80s, even. Yeah. Nowadays. So.
Yeah, I get that. I knew of you guys in the 80s, and I heard some of the albums stuff like that, but it wasn't until probably the early 2000s or so that I was really damn, these guys are. I haven't listened to these guys more. I've always seen the name in a magazine or something, but. And it's cool, to have you guys come over so often.
Yeah.
I turn on the computer, and it seems like every day on the internet somebody's talking about, that it's pointless to make albums anymore and stuff like that.
It's just people whining. People. Right. I cannot listen to this anymore. It's like people should just stop complaining. Of course times are changing. There's not nowadays. Nobody's using. There's no phone booths anymore. We all have cell phones, so come on.
And I totally agree with you. It seems to me, and I'm like, well, fans want that hard copy. They want vinyl.
That's why that's why next year we're gonna re-release our first 6 albums here in the US through Nuclear Blast. Yeah. And you're gonna get all the full treatment. You get the vinyl. It's for the people that want these things. You cannot force people to buy something if they don't want to. And I see when I'm a big fan of some of the TV shows, American TV shows, and sometimes it's hard for me to get to the next episode. So if I can't find it on iTunes, I just watch it on a stream. But you know why? Because there's no more video shops or DVD shops around. They're all closed. What are you gonna do? You gotta get to somehow you gotta get to the music, and that's what people are doing. If you're not if they can't find the record, they're gonna download it. So it's up for the record companies to make sure they find it if they want. And for that matter, also, it's important to go on tour so people remember that you're still there and you're not the whole climate has changed, of course, but it's not for the worse. It's just different. Things have gone worse.
I don't think I'm any different than most metal fans out there, and I'm that type of guy that I'm a connoisseur of everything that has to do with bands. You see my house, and I've got tapestries and lunch boxes and stickers and posters, and I collect concert shirts. I got so many fucking concert shirts that they don't fit in my closet.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, and that's something that's very unique in metal, because there's so many like you know, and most metal fans on earth, which is great. You know, it's the passion for the music, and no other genre has that.
Now, coming from what they call the Teutonic thrash element, have you guys ever found any kind of opposition? I mean, how do you feel that you differ from the U.S. thrash scene versus the German thrash?
We never we never tried to compare ourselves with the American or even the German other bands that are there. You know, I mean, we're Kreator.
You just do what you do.
Exactly. I mean, of course, when we were starting out, we were big fans of Metallica, Slayer, you know, early Metallica, Slayer, Bathory. You know, all these bands that kind of helped us to even start a band. You know, we were kids and we were listening to Kill 'Em All.
Right.
When we listened to Kill 'Em All, we wanted to, you know, our band to sound like Metallica or Slayer or whatever. But we've grown out of that. You know, it's 30 years later, we found our own style. I mean, we found it like already in 87, 89. So,
absolutely.
you know, so we never felt like we had to compare ourselves with other bands. Let it be the German Big 15 or the American Big 80. We don't care.
Right.
You know, it just those things are just made up by you know, the Big Four thing was a good way to sell a good tour.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's a brand, and it's great. And you know, then of course the Germans had to find their own Big Four, and it's like, you know, whatever.
The reason I bring it up is because having grown up here, I've always found my interest in metal lies on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know,
it's
Sabbath and Maiden and Priest and all, you know, and then all the German bands, you know,
it's Kreator. It's to me, it's like there's definitely a difference between American and European metal. You can hear that. The American metal is sometimes bands like what they call it, Five Finger Death Punch. You know, they're the metal band, and this kind of style is more popular over here. Whereas in Europe, it's a different sound. You know, it's just different. It's more bluesy almost. You know, their style. Like the Pantera, it's more like It's more like
and it's
more traditional rock and roll blues influence.
Right, and I see more of a almost classical element.
Yeah, with the European
band,
you know. Yeah. So it's a different vibe. It's great.
I was born in the wrong country, man.
Yeah.
Try being in a band or trying to put together a band over here like that.
It's hard.
It's like everybody wants to be Pantera, Five Finger Death Punch, Lamb of God, and shit. Slipknot.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, it's like. I think I appreciate everything. You know, I sometimes I listen to American metal more than European metal. Sometimes I listen to Brazilian metal. You know,
I appreciate it too, but I always go back to my first love. Now going back to the touring, you talking about how it's been really great here. When you first started touring here, was some bad tours? I mean, was there a time that you came here and you thought, fuck, we're never going to go back there?
No, it was always good.
It was always good.
I mean, the circumstances were different. We were younger and we would party a lot more and we would drive in a van. Mm-hmm. So nowadays we're more conscious about our health.
Right. Everybody's like, a lot of bands. I did an interview with Zetro from Exodus not too long ago, and he's like, I said, I see, you know, he's like, come up backstage, you know, and I said, we'll have a beer. So he goes, well, I don't drink anymore. So he goes, but, you know, I'm like, and that's cool, you know, the bands are that way, you know.
Otherwise, you cannot.
It's a good sure bet that your music's going to survive that now and be a little longer as well. You know?
Yeah, you got to take care of yourself.
I mean, you hear about different people. You know, recently Wayne Static, you know, from the American band, passed away.
That was so sad because I was like, really? I mean, what happened to the guy? Did he do drugs?
They haven't determined what the cause of death was, but the thing is, like, back in the days, I mean, you know, he's only been clean and sober for 3 or 4 years or something.
I understand.
It's going to take its toll, you know, that long-term effect, you know. So you know, whatever he did to his body, I'm sure it didn't help him. You know, in that way.
That was tragic.
Yeah, I mean, every time I turn, it's just like, fuck, can we have any more bad news when the world's gone to hell as it is,
Yeah.
This is the only shit that keeps us sane right here is the music.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Now, it's, 3 tours on the same album. What's the plans for the future as far as the next album?
2015 we're going to write, and 2016 we want to release an album.
Okay.
A new album. Right. I have some ideas, and hopefully it's going to be as good as Phantom Antichrist. Hopefully better.
Well, that's the thing, is always trying to outdo yourself.
Yeah, right? Exactly. It's just that's the challenge to me nowadays, to come up with, like you said, stay relevant and stay exciting. Not only for the audience but also for ourselves. Mm-hmm. To come up with something that we would, as metal fans, want to listen to. Yeah. Because we're also like fans of this music, of this genre, of Kreator. So, yeah.
Right. Now, I've always believed that every band should have the freedom to be able to put out something that maybe is a little bit different. You guys really haven't strayed too much from the path, but fans like myself, we do have our favorite albums. I mean, Enemy of God is definitely that's the one that for me that's Kreator right there. And I like the Phantom Antichrist. It was good, but I always go back to that one. What do you think about how your music affects people in different ways? I mean, I'm sure somebody else is going to have a different favorite.
There's also the people that think that first 2 were the best, or the first 5 or first 6 albums were the best. That's the beauty of music, you can pick whatever you like best.
Yeah. And I've seen some bands, like, they have that landmark album, and then everything's kind of...
Yeah, it's like, I'm happy that we don't only have, like, it's not all Pleasure to Kill, it's not all Extreme Aggressions, it's not all Enemy of God. It's like people like the rest of the albums as well. Some people even think that Violent Revolution is our best album, So everyone has an opinion, and that's not only based on 1 or 2 albums. It's more. It's 5 or 6.
Well, man, I'm really looking forward to the performance tonight.
Right.
I haven't seen you guys. The last time was in Anaheim.
Yeah. With Accept.
Yes, with Accept. Yeah.
This tonight will be better.
Tonight's going to be better. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking forward to it, man. Right. So, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure speaking with you, man.
All right.